The apartment's kind of a disaster right now, so just like don't look at it. I'm fired up today. Been up since 5:30. What else is new? And I'm about to start decreasing for the toe on this sock. Yeah, you heard me. I forgot to say this in my last vlog. When I went to the craft circle, I finished the heel turn on my first sock. And as of this morning, I'm nearly done with the foot. It's not going to fit me very well. Like, I can already tell it's a little bit big, but that's okay. I always knew that like my first sock was going to be kind of a disaster, and it's not a disaster. It's just going to be kind of slouchy. So I'm going to start decreasing on this bad boy. We'll see how it goes. And I think Eddie and I are going to go exploring at some point today. I did a little bit of knitting on my tulip loop sweater this morning as well. Now that this is joined in the round, it's super relaxing. So I definitely want to get some more work done on that sweater this week, but I just have socks on the brain. Now that I'm seeing how simple they are, I'm like, oh, I really want to get through this, especially with spring around the corner. I can't stress enough it's 6 degrees today, so we're doing very little. I have a feeling, by the way, that this whole vlog is going to be kind of light on the action. Don't think I'm going to be getting out of the house very much because it's truly going to be like freezing cold, like either 6 degrees or lower. I'm fine with that because on Thursday I'm doing a day trip to Ottawa, so I'm going to have like plenty of adventure that day. There's a famous bagel place, Fairmount Bagels, that has been recommended to us by multiple people who have been here before. So this morning I am going to get out and I'm going to pick us up some bagels. I've never had a Montreal bagel, and as a longtime New Yorker, I am interested to know why they're so hyped up. So I'm gonna go get us some bagels, and I'm gonna come back here and knit a little bit. I think that's gonna kind of be it. Like, I'm just gonna be hanging out today. Yesterday I finished my first sock. It's so cool. And today I'm going to keep working on the second one. I cast it on last night while we were watching a movie, and I would love to have the pair done so I can wear them to Ottawa. I think they'd be a really fun pop of color. But we can't do any of that until we get ready and leave. So let's do that. Okay, I'm just about to go to bed. I wanted to show you the progress that I've made on the sock. What the heck? I got all the way past the heel turn. I'm like somewhere from like 6 to 8 rows past the heel turn. I'm pretty shocked because as of this morning, I was like here. I think this stitch marker, I was like a few rows above it. So that means I got like 2/3 of a sock done in one day. And I'm super stoked about that. That's amazing. There was a minute when I thought that maybe I'd get it done today, but I am not going to do that. So I'll pick it back up tomorrow. It's going to be a sock. It's so cool. I am so excited. I just finished this pair of socks. They look so good. I'm so excited. I'm even more excited because I'm doing a day trip tomorrow, just me. I'm going to Ottawa just to see it and just to explore. Like, no real agenda while I'm there. But I have been hoping that I could wear these socks with this cardigan. Let's try on the outfit that I had in mind just to see if it works. And because I'm going to be up so early tomorrow to catch my train, I'm not going to be able to show you guys then. So let's go through it. Okay, sorry, because the lighting just like is what it is in this apartment at night. This is what I'd had in mind, and I love the look of it, but I can't wear this tomorrow. These pants are way shorter than I remembered them being. But let me walk you through what I'm wearing because it's pretty cool in terms of my trip. This tank top is, let me go to this mirror. Ignore our puzzle in the background. please. This tank is a tank that I thrifted the other day at a local thrift store that was really cool. This cardigan is obviously my kaleidoscope cardigan that I've been making in the past few videos. These pants I also thrifted the other day at a Goodwill. And then of course the socks I just knit, and then my docs. I think most of this outfit I can keep, but I have to change the pants, so hold please. All right, this is gonna be so much better. These are some old school Levi's that I thrifted a few years back, and they're really thick, and so they're really warm. You can't see the socks as well, obviously, but I feel like, you know, we know they're there, right? And you'll see them when I sit. So cool, I made socks. Wow, that was exciting. I have the apartment to myself tonight. Eddie's off at chess club. I want to crochet. I was thinking about it recently, and I have all this leftover blue yarn. This is just like, it's called Love by the Pound. It's so soft. I have so much left over, and I don't know what else I'm going to use it for besides like an accessory. I was thinking I've been wanting another hat while I'm here because I just like need more really warm like head accessories. A year ago, I made the Chroma hood by Cosmati for my friends, so I have the pattern, and after I made that I was like, I want that for myself. I remember it being pretty baggy on me, so I'm thinking that my gauge is just like a lot bigger than Andrea's, so I'm going to size down my hook drastically. She calls for worsted weight yarn and a 5.5 millimeter hook. I'm going to use worsted weight yarn and a 4 millimeter hook, which is what I normally use for worsted weight yarn anyway, and if it's really small that's fine, because my hope is that this is a hood that like hugs my face and keeps me really warm. That was hands down one of the best museums I've ever been to. Basically the first floor, they had reconstructed these row houses from like different eras of indigenous tribes that are native to Canada. The way that they did it was they reconstructed the facades, and then you could walk inside the houses, and that would take you through like different artifacts. And then basically the rest of the museum, like the main part of the museum, is broken into 3 parts. The first part of this museum just talks about like the first days. Like they had this artifact in there that was like the first face, which was this little carved out face that is like the first known depiction of a face artistically in North America. How crazy is that? The second section was like basically the history of like the 7 Years' War and like the French colonizing Canada and then the British taking over. They covered just like so many years of history. It was crazy. And then it went to like modern Canada, so like the 20th century and now. Just so well done, so thorough. I was thinking I was gonna go to the National Gallery as well, but that was a long museum. I was there for like 3 hours, maybe more. So I'm a little museumed out, but I am gonna go walk by the National Gallery because I think it's in a really pretty area from what I've seen, so we're gonna go walk around and see it. And then if I have time, there's one yarn store that I was thinking of hitting up. I'm not really prioritizing that because all the yarn stores here in Ottawa are kind of out of the way, and I have a train to catch at like 5:50, so that museum took a lot of time. It's already 2, so we'll see how much time I have to do some other stuff, but oh my gosh, you have to see what I'm looking at right now. Wabi Sabi was fantastic. I definitely think it's worth the trip if you're going to Ottawa and you want to check out a yarn store. It's a little bit out of the way, but their selection really surprised me. The size of the store is a bit on the smaller side, but they just had so many different options. The thing that stuck out to me the most was that they had a full room that was just fiber roving. So if you're a spinner, then this is definitely the place for you. I'm personally not buying any loose spinning fiber on this trip, but if I were, it would have been a problem. I did want to show you guys what I ended up picking up. I got one skein of Full Moon Fibers yarn. This is in their shade All the Feels. This is a sock yarn, and originally this caught my eye because I was thinking that it would be the perfect contrast color for my space top that I'm going to be making in the spring. But for that pattern, I would need 2 skeins of this, and they only had the one in stock, unfortunately. But that's when I got excited that I've been learning how to make socks, because I can turn this one skein that I really am obsessed with into a beautiful pair of socks. So really excited about this. This is also a yarn brand that is local to Ontario. So another souvenir yarn purchase. Really excited about this one. The crochet club that I've been going to is hosting a crochet and comedy night tonight, which sounds really cool. It's basically just a club meeting where there's going to be a stand-up comedy show happening while we're crocheting. So I'm going to go. I think it's going to be really fun. And I'm going to bring my chroma hood that I've been working on. There's so much progress I have on it so far. My goal would be to finish up the moss stitch section of this by the end of the club meeting tonight. That way I'll be set up to start working on the ribbing. But I'm loving how this is working out. I think the smaller gauge is so much more me. Having this as like a tight fitting hood is going to be so much more practical for how cold it's getting, especially since we've been here. It's about 5:15 on Saturday right now. We went out and about all morning, and now we're just kind of hanging out for an evening at home. So I thought I would check in with you guys about my current whips. I made an unbelievable amount of progress on my chroma hood. I started this the other day. I was only halfway through the moss stitch hood portion when I showed up to the club, and I have now finished the moss stitch section and finished the bottom ribbing and started the face ribbing. So I got a lot done. The problem is the event was really long, so I didn't even notice until the end, really, like how long it had been going on, which means I didn't really notice how long I've been crocheting. But this morning I tried to pick this up and work on it, and my hand was like, no. If I crochet for a really long amount of time, my left hand will get crampy because I'm holding it like a claw for a long period of time. So tried to work on this today, but I definitely can't. So I'm excited that I'm nearly done. I just truly need to finish the face ribbing, sew that together, and then create the cord that runs through it. So I might try and do some knitting. I think I definitely need something that's like a larger project, if anything. So I'm going to try and work on my tulip loop roll neck. And if that doesn't feel comfortable, then I guess I'm just not knitting or crocheting tonight, which is totally fine. It was such a fun club meeting yesterday. I'm so glad that I found that club. It's been such an amazing thing to do since I've been here. I'm also just really excited about this hood. Let me actually show you. So yeah, just wanted to check in with you guys. We had a wonderful day here in Montreal. We basically just walked around and did a bunch of shopping, and it was really nice. Alright y'all, I'm home. I'm working on this tulip loop sweater. I have been for a little while. We took a little soup dumpling break, but I am back home now and plugging away at this, and I think I'm going to continue to work on this for the rest of the night. It doesn't hurt to knit. I think my hands were just specifically sore from the small gauge of my crochet project from last night, so the knitting feels good, so I'm going to keep doing this, and that's good because I haven't made much progress on this sweater lately. But I think I'm going to wrap up the vlog here, so that's going to be all from me this week, you guys. Thanks so much for watching. If you've gotten this far and you haven't already, please be sure to subscribe to this channel. I do weekly vlogs of my trip in Canada and take you guys through all the different projects that I'm working on in that time, so be sure to subscribe. And I'm also on Instagram at _the_dropstitch, so you guys can check me out over there if you're interested. And I'll see you all next week. Thank you so much for watching, and until I see you in the next one, please be sure to drink some water, stretch your wrists, and please purl responsibly. Bye!